In the opening of this movie, we are introduced to a man named Akira. He is a very big champion of the chess game. That is, he is very good at this game. In this game, his mind is so sharp that he can think and play 3 different moves in a second. And today the person with whom he is playing chess is not a human, but it is a supercomputer, which is a very big and fastest computer. It is so fast that it can think of about 200 million different moves in a second in this game. Now, this was the record of Akira's life. He never lost chess, because he is not only the biggest champion of his country, but also the biggest in the world. And today when he is playing chess, everyone's eyes are on him, because he looked very worried. Before now, he never had to think so much. He was sitting holding his head, and then his record broke, because he never lost in chess, but today he loses to the supercomputer. Seeing this, all the people around him start making fun of him. He feels very bad to see this, and because it was his first defeat, he breaks completely. He had lost his mind, he had gone completely crazy. That's why he breaks the chessboard on which these people were playing the game. Time passes in this way and 3 years pass. After his defeat, Akira left this game. He never played chess again, because after that day, no one saw where he went. After which we see Akira lying on the roadside drunk, because after that day, he was so crazy that he wasted all his money on gambling and alcohol, and he always lies on the roads in this way. And then a car comes and stops in front of him, 2 of whom come out, and they grab Akira and forcibly start taking him with them. After this, he is taken to a luxurious house where he meets an old man. He says to Akira, "I know you. No doubt you have changed your identity. You have hidden yourself. But I know very well who you are." Hearing this, Akira says, "Then tell me who I am." On which he says, "A very big chess champion who left chess after a defeat." And that man was saying this because Akira was staying away from everyone, changing his identity. The old man says, "I just want to play a chess game with you." Saying this, he shows the chess to him. Seeing this, Akira's health begins to deteriorate. It seemed that he hates chess a lot. He can't even see it. That's why he says, "No, I can't play. I have to go from here." Hearing this, the old man says that the last time you played a game with a computer, I spent all my money on your victory. But because you lost that game, I had a lot of losses. But now because you don't have money, you can't pay for it. That's why I want you to play a chess game with me. On which he does not answer. Seeing his silence, the old man picks up his king, that is, the piece the pawn of his side, and says, "Here is your defeat. You lost the game without playing." On which Akira says, "No, keep my king. I will play this game." Now, he was ready to play the game, but he still doesn't look at the chess. He tells the old man about his move. Then the old man follows his move. From this, it was clear that he is so expert in this game that he can play even without watching the game. He stands near the window, and when he looks outside, a chessboard is made on the roadside, on which the real people are standing in place of the pawns. And they are standing in the same position as Akira, and the old man's game has pawns. The one who sees is very surprised. He does not understand what is going on here. And then in the next move, the old man kills Akira's player. And as soon as his pawn was killed, he sees below that a man comes forward and kills the man in the position who was standing in the place of the losing pawn. Seeing this, he gets very nervous and asks the old man, "What is going on here? Is this a joke?" The old man says, "You should not be sad about this. He was just a player. And anyway, while playing the game, we should put our emotions aside and should pay attention to winning the game." Now Akira runs down and sees that all the men are still standing in the same position. That's why he runs and goes to the man who was stabbed with a knife, where that man was counting his last breaths. But surprised, he does not feel any pain or regret on his face. In fact, he asks Akira, "What is your next move?" And as soon as he says this, he dies with a smile. And then all those men who were standing in the position of the pawns leave from there. Here a woman starts screaming after seeing Akira, because she felt that Akira had killed that man because he had a knife in his hand. Now, he goes straight to his doctor, who was treating his brain 3 years ago, because when he lost the chess game, his mental balance was a little bad due to tension. He had put so much on his mind that he always had bad dreams and thoughts of chess, in which he used to see that the pawns of chess, i.e. horse, elephant, king, queen are moving toward him to kill him. And then gradually he began to see all this in his real life. And because he always connected his life with chess, i.e. he is the king and his wife is the queen. So after losing the game, he left his wife forever, because he started feeling that maybe I am not worthy of her. Anyway, the doctor asks him where you have been for 3 years after the treatment. Subsequently, he confides in him and reveals everything that happened to him. I spent all my money on gambling and was lying on the roads. He also tells the doctor about the old man with whom he was playing chess. According to such a game, a real person died. Hearing this, the doctor thinks that this is just Akira's delusion. Now, before Akira tells the doctor anything else, a print comes out of his printer, whose picture was like a chessboard. It was written on it that "what's the next move?" means "what is your next move?" From this, Akira understands that the game he started with the old man is still going on, because of which he says that I want my player to go to another position on e3, after which another print comes out, according to which it is said that after going to e3 position, the queen of the old man is killing Akira's horse. Then it is exactly the same. The next moment, Akira's doctor starts dying. Seeing this, he gets completely scared and starts thinking that how can this doctor be a horse player? And then he sees the doctor's picture in front of him, in which the doctor was sitting on a horse. From this, he understands that the horse in my game was the doctor. Akira sees that the cup through which the doctor was drinking tea, there was also a chessboard on it, which meant that something was mixed in the tea, due to which the doctor died. The doctor's nurse was also outside, who comes in as soon as he dies, and asks the same question from Akira. That is, what's the next move? Seeing this, he gets very scared. He was so scared that he starts running from there. But then a child comes in front of him, who has a picture of his chess game in his hand. That is, in his chess game, the same picture was made where his players were standing. And that child also asks Akira what's the next move, on which Akira says that I want my king to go to the 8-0 position box, on which the child says that if you do this, your king will be killed, which meant that Akira himself would be killed, because he was the king of this game. Seeing this, he does not say anything and starts running away from there due to fear. He now begins to think of those people who were killed in front of him. Apart from this, he begins to see again that all the players of the chess game are moving forward to kill me. He runs away from here and comes to the parking area and sees that the position of the cars is exactly like his chess game. That is, in the chess game, his players and the players of the old man are standing. He now tries to sit in a car and run away from here, but instead of driving his car straight, it starts tilting, because according to his game, this car is Akira's camel, so he leaves that car and sits in the second car, which was his elephant. But that car does not even start, because now it's not his turn to play, but the old man's turn. And then the car starts moving towards Akira's car, which was actually the old man's elephant. He hits Akira's car, which means he kills his elephant. Then Akira goes from here and goes to his old house, where it was written that this house is for sale. In fact, in the chess game, the elephant is also called the castle. So in a way, Akira's house is a castle and an elephant. This is the reason that after his elephant's death, it has been confiscated or taken away from him. Now Akira understands everything. He starts thinking my wife's life is in danger because she is a queen to him. So once again he goes to the old man and asks him, "Where is my wife?" To which the old man says, "I don't know. But yes, if you want, you can remove your king and stop the game." That is, to give up on the game. Hearing this, Akira remembers the time when he lost chess with the computer, and people made so much fun of him. That's why he decides that I will not remove the king. In fact, I will play the game with the old man. That's why he comes and sits in front of him. And now these two start playing the game. One by one, they kill all the pieces, the pawns of each other. That is, they kill all the players. And now Akira's game is in better condition. He will check the king of the old man in the next 2 moves, by which the old man will lose this game. But then 2 men come here who take Akira away. They take him to a very big stadium where there was a very big chess game. But in this game, their pawns are real people. Here the old man also comes, who tells Akira that in the old times, the king also played chess games with their real prisoners. There were no such feelings and emotions in them and their prisoners. Anyway, now it's Akira's turn to move. In his next 2 moves, he was going to check the king king of the old man, in which the old man will lose this game. Now, because the old man and Akira were both kings on their own side, they come and stand in their own place. Now Akira had to move his horse from his place in his first move, after which he will defeat the old man in the second move. Then the old man tells him, if you move your horse, then my elephant will kill your queen. Then as soon as the queen is unveiled, Akira sees that there is really no one in place of the queen, but his wife, whom these people have tied, seeing whom he was very scared of, because if he makes a move with the night horse, his wife will be put in mortal danger. To save his wife, Akira, as soon as he comes forward, the man standing above shoots him and tells him that no one can get out of his box. This is the principle of the game, on which the old man also tells him that there is no value or importance of emotions in the chess game. The same emotions that are now coming inside you about your wife. So you should not think about your wife, but you should pay attention to winning the game. On which Akira says, no, I love my wife very much, so I want to save her. So now he does not move his horse from his place, but himself changes his place and comes in front of a player in the other box, because only by doing this he can save his wife. And now it is obvious that by doing this he had lost. The player in front of Akira comes and kills him with the help of a knife, by which he immediately falls to the ground, which meant that he accepted his defeat to save his wife, and made a sacrifice. Now as soon as he loses, the old man smiles and starts clapping for him, after which Akira's wife also starts clapping for him. Now by doing this, many people come there who are all clapping for Akira, including Akira's doctor, who had died, and there were other people who had died in front of Akira. Then Akira also wakes up and sees that I am absolutely fine. That is, I did not get stabbed, because the knife with which the player had killed him was of the spring, which he did not feel at all. And now here it comes to light that all this was included in Akira's brain treatment, which means that his entire treatment was going on. It was a part of him. He did this so that he could be cured. Now here it also comes to light that the old man who was playing the game with him, he was actually the inventor of that supercomputer, which means that this old man had made that supercomputer. After being defeated by it, Akira's mental balance deteriorated. That's why the old man just wanted to help him, because it is obvious that the old man had made the supercomputer. So because of him, a real person who was the champion of the game, he got away from it, he started hating it. The old man comes forward and tells him that you felt like you were playing the game with me, when the fact was that you were not playing the game with me. But even today you were playing the game with the supercomputer. I just followed the computer's instructions, and when you worked with your emotions in your chess game, that is, you made a sacrifice to save your wife, then the supercomputer could not understand this. Because of this, it got bad, it burned, from which you won this game. Knowing this, Akira is also very happy that I won the game. That too only because of emotions. I did this and defeated such a fast computer. After which Akira gets completely fine. His mental balance, which had deteriorated, was now completely fine. In happiness, the husband and wife hug each other, and everyone around them starts clapping for them and Akira's victory. From this story, we learn that even if the value of emotions is not in this game, but it is very important in real life, it can save you from running away from your beloved, because if you show your emotions and feelings for them, then he will also value you and he will never leave you. Apart from this, we should play the game as a game, then whether anyone loses or wins in it. That means you lose or win, you should not care, because this is just a game. If you question it on your head, then its outcome will not be right. As you have seen in the story, how Akira made himself a mental patient by questioning the game on his mind. Because there is a lot of difference between the game and real life. Both are completely different from each other. There is no importance in the real life of the game. With this message, this movie story ends here. I hope you like the story.